The career landscape is transforming in games, film, and TV. Over the time we've got together, I'll share some insights about our industry, including how artists are sharing and building their portfolios and shaping their careers globally. These insights will enable you to unleash your students' long-term career success. When you're applying for an art job, your portfolio is your calling card. More than 75% of employers actively search for candidates online. Yet, 80% of recruiters say they spend less than 3 minutes looking at a candidate's portfolio. What does that tell you? What does that mean for your students? This means that students' online presence as an artist is vital to job discovery. As educators, helping your students establish and optimize their portfolio is what will set them apart from other candidates. Since launching ArtStation over 10 years ago, it's become a cornerstone for over 1 million artists worldwide, offering them a platform to showcase their work, connect with opportunities, and learn new skills and monetize their works and creations. As educators, we know that you want to help your students achieve both academic and career success. That's why we're here to tell you about some trends we're seeing and observing on our platform, how educational institutions and ArtStation together can support students, and finally, all the things that students can do to stay ahead in this very competitive career environment. Like many other studios that we work with on ArtStation, Kitbash 3D, a leading company in our industry, has found every artist they've hired through ArtStation. ArtStation holds one of the largest job boards online for artists, and this is where recruiters from across the industry are coming to find their creative talent. Let's dive into some of the trends, what companies are looking for, what current skills and software trends we're seeing. What you can see here about the most popular job titles that have been posted over the past year is that there's a much higher demand for job titles and roles that require 3D skills. Now, while we always encourage artists to do the work that they're passionate about, having knowledge, keeping tabs on what roles are growing is a great way to anticipate where they might be able to land their first career position and where they can really jumpstart all of their future opportunities. For example, we constantly hear from young artists who dream about being great concept artists for major IP at AAA studios, or fantastic art directors at major movie studios. Meanwhile, there's crazy demand and not enough supply for technical artists across gaming, animation, and throughout media and entertainment. Students who can be more strategic about their career progression, how they enter the industry to get that dream job, will be more prepared and have longer-term success. What you can see here are some of the most popular industries hiring those job titles that you saw on the previous slide. Animation, metaverse experiences, and TV and film have been some of the top industries hiring over the past year. Now, while there's a lot of information on this slide here, this table shows the top skills that are growing based on profile skills being added to people's portfolios and profiles. Again, while skills like concept art and digital painting are continuing to grow, though much, much slower than our platform overall, we're seeing more and more artists adding 3D skills like modeling, texturing, 3D animation to their portfolios, with 3D modeling being the top skill of artists on the platform. Similarly, you'll see that Blender, a somewhat newer software compared to some of the others that are more established on this list, is actually the fastest growing software skill on ArtStation. Now, I will caveat this that we have excluded Photoshop from this list since pretty much every single one of our artists puts Photoshop on their profile. Now, we're sharing this not to influence you or to change your curriculum, but to recognize that skills and the demand for skills changes over time. Especially as technology evolves, what's most important is to encourage continuous learning. Have your students develop strong skills that teach them problem solving, critical thinking, and creativity. Now, that's not to say that technology and tools aren't important, as you still need to be able to collaborate with the team that you're on. But all those things change. So what's most valuable to employers and studios is that you can help solve their creative problems. So how can students use ArtStation to their advantage to do just that? Here's 5 tasks for any new artist when they set up their portfolio that will automatically make them more discoverable and showcase their preparativeness for the job market. Number 1, and you might actually think this is pretty obvious, but number 1, having a complete profile. You'd be surprised by how many people don't fill out their skills, their software proficiencies. They don't put descriptions on or tags on any of their projects or portfolio entries. A lot of times, these are the terms, these are the tags that employers will find you by. So by not filling this out, you're doing yourself a disservice by making yourself difficult to find. Number 2, show your work progress. It's not all about pretty pictures. While that is still very important, you might be able to come up with that beautiful, polished piece. But what's more interesting to a lot of recruiters, art directors, and hiring managers is how you got there. What was the problem you were trying to solve? What's the journey that you took? What was that creative process like? If you're a concept artist, what avenues did you explore? What were your references? What were your inspirations? If you build 3D environments, maybe show blockout stages or different lighting renderings, different times of day, different seasons. Show them how far you can go. Number 3, curate your best work. If you know that recruiters only have just a few minutes to spend looking at your work, what are you putting at the top? Maybe you decide to remove some of your older pieces that aren't representative of your current skills and what you're capable of. Quality over quantity really matters when someone only has a few minutes to look at your portfolio. Number 4, show who you are. Within a few minutes of looking at your portfolio, the viewer should be able to understand who you are, what kind of work you want to do, and what you're passionate about. Be sure to share details of the project. What makes you passionate about this piece? What excited you about it? Especially when you're starting out in your career, your passion is something that recruiters are looking for to decide if they're going to take a chance on you. What might separate you from other candidates in that very, very large pool? Number 5, Leverage all the tools. Use all the tools at your disposal. ArtStation has fantastic ways to showcase you as an artist. You can show videos and 3D models, panoramas, even integrations with Sketchfab and Twinmotion as well. The Twinmotion integration is especially interesting because it allows folks to navigate through a 3D space, a 3D environment that you've created. Students can even leverage our website building tools so they can create their own branded space, and all managed through one environment, making a single link that they can send out to potential recruiters and hiring managers. But these really are the things, if done right and done in completion, are going to make a difference. But it's not just about what your students need to do. It's also about how schools and institutions like yours can leverage the power of all of these tools and our platform to empower them and do more for them. ArtStation School Directory has grown rapidly since we launched it not long ago. And it's the home for hundreds of schools, their current students, and recent alumni. This is where you can list your schools as part of our directory, help potential students discover all the programs, and see the showcase of all of your students, both current and alumni, all their great work. Your school account also allows you to list your students and alumni and connect them with the industry and with hiring managers and all the studios that you've connected with and engaged with over the years. You can publish announcements, materials, and give various updates on your blog about your school and the things that are happening there to share not only with your students, but the rest of the industry that exists on our platform. Also, an important part for both educators and students is staying ahead, and that requires constant learning. Now free, our ArtStation Learning offers hundreds of hours of on-demand learning content from industry leaders that anyone can watch at their own pace. It's a great way to supplement learning for your curriculum or for your students to pick up new skills. Try something new. We also run regular community challenges, open to everyone, as a way to provide artists a way to get feedback, network with others, and learn what it's like to work with a real brief that's similar to what you're going to get on the job. These challenges, something that we hear all the time from studios and recruiters, is that they're followed very closely by them. And it's not uncommon, and is at this point almost the rule, that challenge participants that place very high often are getting reached out to by recruiters and often are hired by all the studios that are watching. Now, while we don't offer necessarily prizes, except for a badge on your profile and continued recognition on our challenge section of our website, we still see thousands join these because it's a great way, again, to get in front of studios and have an opportunity to gain the expertise that those studios are looking for. Now, ArtStation is not only a place for others to see your students' work and what your school is capable of, but it's a great place to discover the incredible work from artists from around the world and professional artists that have been in industry a long time and been a part of a lot of the creations, experiences, and films that we've all enjoyed for decades. So much can be learned by just following their career, their progression, connecting with them, asking questions. It's a great way to continue to be inspired and pushing yourself and your students to do more. As educators, you have a unique opportunity to really unleash your students' potential for career success, helping them learn how to showcase their best work, help others find your school and the programs that you offer, and provide a platform for studios and companies to find your graduates. I'd like to close by inviting you to join us on ArtStation, whether you already have a profile or you're brand new to the platform. Let's discuss how we can support your journey, your students. I've got a QR code up here on the screen. Feel free to scan that, and it only takes just a few short minutes to get started and sign up. Digital portfolios on ArtStation are not just about showcasing art. They empower artists and educators to thrive in this very, very competitive industry. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to chatting with you more.